guys, so I wanted to do a video showing you my go-to foil placement for blonde hair. I do a lot of blondes, and if you watch my channel, you probably already know that, and I know it can get kind of stale doing the same foil placement over and over. I really find inspiration by mixing up my patterns, trying new tools, trying new techniques, and that's what keeps me excited about doing hair. So I've been playing around with different highlighting patterns, and this one has been one of my go-tos lately. And even though I like to try new things on different clients, I do have this go-to placement for a client that wants to be really bright, really blonde, and if we are doing a half highlight, which is probably what like 90% of our clients do, this is what I would do for them. So I am using the Framer foils, and I'm using the new neon ones. I love these, especially for this pattern because it comes with two different colors. So as you can see here, I'm using the neon green, and then on this next one, I'm going to be using the neon pink. And in this pattern, I am kind of going back and forth between going straight on the center of the head and then angling around the face. And when I pull the foils out of the box, it automatically goes green, pink, so then I can actually easier keeping track of the foils and where they are placed. So I know all of the ones around the face that are going to be like my hairline pieces, the money pieces, those are all pink, and then the interior foils are going to be green. So it's just an extra perk that they're cute, but they also do help you keep everything organized. And if you're ever adding in lowlights into a highlight, having different colors of foils helps as well, because then you know that the highlights are always going to be a different color. So when you're checking your foils, you know what to look for. So you saw that I started right above the ear. The first section is directly above the ear, and then I angle to the left and do one angled on the hairline, and then I automatically go back and do it above the ear, and I just work my way up from there. So my pattern is literally straight on and then angled around the face, straight on, angled around the face, and so on and so forth. And I love doing it this way because I feel like it gives my client really good coverage. I'm covering every single piece in this section because of the way I'm laying my foils, and it also gives me a really good hairline accent piece, because I feel like a lot of times we focus so much on money pieces that, especially on blondes, we forget that they want their whole hairline to be bright. So this is a really great way if you have a client that loves to pull their hair up and feel really, really blonde in the front. This is going to be a great highlighting pattern for them. This video might be a little repetitive, but I just wanted to show you how it looks to do this entire side of the head so that I'm not skipping anything and you can accurately see my foil placement. And then I'm going to be doing the exact same thing on the other side. So I always part off of where the client parts their hair, or I go off of the middle if they tousle it to either side. This is really going to ensure that I get that hairline really nice and bright, and that I'm really just kind of working all around that interior and around the hairline so that everything's getting touched. And I almost like to call it like a headband of blonde, because it's literally everything around the face rather than just the money pieces. So this has been my go-to placement lately, and I absolutely love it. I hope that you guys try it and love it as well. But like I said, this video might be repetitive, so feel free to skip through if you feel like you don't want to watch me foil. But when I watch videos like this, I love to see the technique from start to finish, and this video really does focus on foil placement, and that's what I wanted to show you really in depth. I didn't show any of the toning or anything on this video because I just really wanted to make it all about the foil placement and the highlighting pattern, but I plan to do more videos going over each step of the blonding process specifically. So a whole video on toning placement and root tapping and root smudging and the different types and what I like to use and everything like that. So if you would be interested in a video like that, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, so to this point, I have just been doing regular baby lighting or highlighting, but when I get around to the money piece area, I'm going to start doing it a little bit differently. This is where you can start to add in slices in the front pink foils instead of highlighting if you want a bolder, brighter money piece. But if you don't want to do that, you can still just do your regular baby lights, or you can do a mix of both. You can do some slicing and then back to back with baby lights right after. So it all depends on the look your client's going for, if they want a really bold money piece or if they just want it really bright around the hairline, but for it to be a more natural blend. So as you can see here though, in these areas around the face, I am taking very tiny small sections because the smaller the sections, the better. So this is where I am going to start really focusing on that bright money piece. And this is basically a slice right here. I kind of just took away like one little section to make it look like a highlight, but the hair was so fine that honestly it's going to end up being a slice anyway. So just do what your client's wanting as far as the looks go, but doing this pattern, no matter if you're doing a bright money piece or just a really blended blonde, this placement is going to be perfect for you. right, so towards the top of the head, you're going to get to a point where you're done doing those hairline foils, and you're just going to now grab straight foils across the top of the head like I'm doing here. I've finished that front hairline area, and now we're just working our way up to the part. So doing this is going to be super helpful in getting the top really bright, and now you're just working in a small enough section where you do not need to rotate on an angle anymore. So I did the same thing to the other side of the head, and now I'm in the back. I am going to show you guys my highlighting pattern for a half highlight, which is something that's right in between a partial and a full. And like I said, 90% of our clients end up doing this. So what I do first is I draw an upside down triangle on the back of the head like you see here, and I'm starting at the very tip at the bottom of the triangle. It's going to be a smaller section, and then my sections get a little bit wider as I work my way up and get more hair in the curvature of the head. I like doing this because it works so well with so many different head shapes. A lot of people have really funny cowlicks here at the back of the head. Other people have different head shapes that causes the hair to grow in differently, and doing this upside down triangle pretty much helps me cover ground on every head shape, every hair type, and I feel like it works really, really well with most everyone. So this is what I am doing first, and then I'm going to be doing a few foils underneath. So basically the only stuff that isn't getting touched is that hair that is in between the bottom of this triangle and what I do underneath, which is obviously a half, and then we just tone everything that was left out. But if I were doing a full, I would do the back a little differently. So I will do another video where I talk about my foil placement for a full highlight and then also a partial. That way you have 3 different videos with 3 different patterns to refer to. In our half highlight, we do a little bit of an extension of that headband around the face, and I add foils underneath as well. And it's usually like 9 foils just to help brighten them up under here a little bit. So when they pull their hair up, they do have brightness under here, and it kind of connects to that headband that we did around the interior of the face. So a technique like this is going to be really good for clients who wear their hair up a ton. And I am basically just stacking these foils on top of each other at the nape of the neck. And then sometimes I will extend them a little bit to the left or right, just depending on how wide their head is. If they have a larger head, I will start to bricklay a little more to the left and right towards the end. But if they have a smaller head like she does, I just basically do them all on top of each other. And this just adds a little pizzazz underneath and gives us the effect of a half highlight. All right, so like I said, I did not film the toning or styling or finishing product, but I did want to just focus on the highlighting pattern and foil placement for this video. So I inserted a few photos of my sister after she got her hair done so you could see the final result, but I will do separate videos on the toning process, different highlighting patterns and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and what you would like to see more of in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do 2 videos a week, always helping you be a better hairdresser and giving you tips and tricks. So thank you guys so much. Have a good day.